In this video, we will be reviewing Burns dry dog food and we will be determining whether this is a good or a bad option for you and your pup. The first thing to say is that, like many other brands, Burns normally say the right things when it comes to the labeling. From their website, we can see that no mystery meats or cheap fillers, hypoallergenic, wholesome ingredients for great health, no nasties, simple high quality ingredients. It's what's on the inside that counts. Now they do have a wide range of products like many other manufacturers. You can find products for your puppy, senior, light. You can find different products catering for different breeds and different sized dogs and levels of activity or age. Now, the first piece of advice I want to give you is for you to read the ingredients for everything you give your dog or cat for that matter. Manufacturers nowadays are very adept at telling you what you want to hear on the front of the packet. So we are going to be reviewing two different recipes and we will be addressing whether this is a good or a bad food. Now, the first one we will see is Burns Large and Giant Breed Original. And the first ingredient is brown rice, which comprises 67% of that bag of food. Now, rice is a grain, and if dogs were able to masticate, if dogs were able to chew food, their jaws would be constructed in that manner. But they cannot chew food, and they cannot therefore chew any grain. So pumping a dog food with 67% rice, in my opinion, is excessive and does not reflect upon good quality on the brand. The second bag of food we will be reviewing is Burns Puppy Original Junior Dry Dog Food. And again, we see white rice and we see brown rice. Now, feeding a dog that amount of rice and that amount of carbohydrates can only lead to some of the most common health problems nowadays in dogs, which is allergies, any pruritus, dermatitis, periodontal disease, when a dog accumulates plaque in their mouth, diabetes, pancreatitis, IBD, IBS. So the first piece of advice I will give you is for you to actually read the ingredients for everything you give your dog. Now, Burns, in terms of quality, isn't very good, irrespective of the bag of food that we pick up and the labeling at the front. We see high amounts of carbohydrates. High amounts of carbohydrates, dogs have a hard time digesting. Why? Because they are meat eaters. If you look at their mouth and if you look at the digestive system, they are designed to eat meat. They are not designed to eat carbohydrates. Now, can they digest some carbohydrates? Yes. Now, should you be feeding your dog 67%, 70% carbohydrates to your dog? Probably not. Why not? Well, because if you have a carnivore and you give them something they are not biologically set to digest, you will cause, or you may cause, long-term problems. So, is Burns a good brand of food? In my opinion, it isn't. And why it isn't? Well, it isn't because of the high amounts of carbohydrates it contains. If you like Burns and you think this is an appropriate food, be my guest and feed Burns. However, if you, like me, really care about your dog and what goes into your dog, you will not be feeding them Burns. Why? High amounts of carbohydrates, whether they come from rice or they come from white potato, they come from tapioca or pea starch. High amounts of carbohydrates is detrimental to a dog's health. Therefore, Burns is not a very good food. So what is a good food? A good food is a high meat, carbohydrate limited food. And you can find one of these foods at thepetquarter.co.uk. We could sell Burns and we could sell many other brands, and we could actually tell you those are very good brands, but they are not. We would be lying. Feeding a dog enormous amounts of carbohydrates is detrimental to a dog's health. So if you want to shop good food, please click on the link below, and I will see you in the next one.